President Obama says it is now his responsibility to find out why the intelligence system failed to stop Nigerian national Umar Farouk Abdul-Muttalib from boarding a U.S.-bound international flight with a bomb.
The U.S. government had sufficient information to have uncovered this plot and potentially disrupt the Christmas Day attack. But our intelligence community failed to connect those dots, which would have placed the suspect on the no-fly list.
The director of the Memorial Institute for the Prevention of Terrorism says the president's anger over the intelligence failure is justified.
A number of people had the information in its totality. It was not even really a question of putting pieces of information together as much as it was making a judgment as to whether someone should act on it. And I think the judgment, if it was made not to act, was incorrect.
David Sid says that's why the MIPT is now working to train frontline law enforcement officers to recognize the specific behaviors that should put the intelligence community on alert, including behavioral profiling in airports.
Any screening system is imperfect, and things will get by. But if we're looking for bombers as well as bombs, we have another layer of security, as I said, to keep the bad guys out. And I think, quite honestly, that's of equal importance, and perhaps even more important than the physical screening that they do.
Oklahoma criminologist Howard Kurtz compares counterterrorism to a chess game, saying law enforcement officers must stay several steps ahead of terrorists in order to beat them and prevent attacks. He argues that the philosophy of law enforcement must change to include hiring a new breed of intelligence officer, something that budget cuts now threaten at the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation.
But what we probably need beyond that today are people who are computer experts, people who are educated at universities in programs that will teach them how to manipulate data, how to connect the dots, how to create these behavioral profiles that we need to assure ourselves that these things won't happen again.
David Sid says the failed Christmas Day bombing attempt is also revealing in many ways. He says the attempt's poor planning and execution suggests Al-Qaeda is running out of options and imagination.
I'm not suggesting that Al-Qaeda is not a threat, nor am I suggesting that they are in a steep decline. But these little clues that we get, these little insights that we get by looking at their operational behaviors can tell us about what they might be like in the near future. And this might be the indication of a decline.
Sid does say the emergence of a leader like bin Laden or another successful attack like 9/11 could reinvigorate the movement. And that's why the improved intelligence techniques like those taught at MIPT will now be more critical than ever. In Oklahoma City, Lori Rasmussen, the Oklahoma News Report.